Fight me.
Rerun.
Now, before I get into Kyler and where he's going to go in the NFL, I think we need to have a little heart-to-heart about what is now Alex Grinch's defense. I understand some folks felt I was being negative, that I was bringing the negativity, that I was giving out the bad energy on Alex Grinch's press conference. And to be fair, I don't like coach speak. And at the end of that video, I pointed to him being real about what's being real, which is, January press conferences are hollow. But I believe in the dude. I believe that he's going to get it whipped around. I also believe he runs a multiple 3-4 with his corners playing 7 yards off the ball. They run a lot of man, though, and they're going to blitz and they're going to bring pressure. We like those things. I could also see him going to something that looks a bit more like a 3-3-5 look, depending on who he lines up against because of the way that this league is shaped and what he's seen in air raid. Whoa, Brandon Watt. I just absolutely can't wait till next season. Hey, man, I appreciate that, fam. So, what do we know about Alex Grinch? We know the man coaches safeties. We know at Washington State he put together some pretty outstanding defenses. And we know people want to dunk on Ohio State's defense because he was co-defensive coordinator who didn't get to call plays, coach safeties. All right. Now, we know that Roy Manning back there coaching the cornerbacks is not necessarily where we thought this dude's expertise lies. But I got a video coming out tomorrow addressing all of that and what you should look for in your position coaches. But for our purposes, know that Alex Grinch is going to be back there with Roy Manning, so it ain't like he's going to be off on his own teaching these dudes how to play linebacker when they should be learning how to play corner. That ain't going to happen. But you're going to learn everything you need to know about Alex Grinch's defense by how Parnell Motley plays. No, everybody can't wait for me to say that. Be like, yo, man, Parnell Motley is garbage. Parnell Motley's been garbage for 3 years. We saw Trey Brown usurp him as the best corner at Oklahoma last year. All right, if that's true, then how come Parnell Motley led the team in interceptions in 2017, led the team in pass breakups in 2017? All right, 2017, cool, whatever. Well, he was great at Ohio State, he was great at Tulane. What else you got, RJ? 2018, my man led the team in interceptions again and was second in pass breakups. So as much as people want to dunk on Parnell Motley, and yeah, he needs to get dunked on, he ain't your worst corner either. Statistically, he is your best corner. Statistically, he played in every single game of the last 2 years. All right? He's got 21 starts in 3 years. It ain't like Parnell Motley can't play. And I've said this forever. Dude's a great cover corner. Just got to work on his ball skills. Because as many interceptions as he had, he probably should have more. Same thing with pass breakups, because you got to get his head around. And I think that's what you're looking for when you talk about teaching technique, and why I think Roy Manning is going to be closely watched by Alex Grinch when we're talking about teaching this dude how to play better corner, getting out of the bail technique, and letting these dudes get in the chili, right? Letting them run alongside, teaching them when to spot the ball, when to go up with their hands, all the little itty-bitty things that need to be fundamentally sound, get them back to being detail-oriented. Because if Parnell Motley has a breakout year, I guarantee Oklahoma is having a top 25 defense. If Parnell Motley gets 5 picks next year, top 50. He gets 7, top 25. Because Parnell Motley can play. Parnell Motley had offers from Clemson, had offers from LSU. Where else? He had offers from Michigan and Michigan State. So it wasn't like Parnell Motley was damaged goods or nobody wanted some Parnell Motley. Everybody wanted the P-Mott, okay? Everybody wanted the dude that was basically running air traffic control through the first 4 or 5 games of the season 2017. Okay? This dude was next. And I understand people are down on him. I understand people don't necessarily want to see him on the field. But it ain't because he ain't good. He's good. Now we're going to get to see what a different set of coaches can do for that dude. Because I think they're going to see what I see, which is a guy who has all the tools to be great. And if he's great, you're getting better corner play. And if you're getting better corner play, you're getting better secondary play. And if you're getting better secondary play, you're not going to give up any passing touchdowns, man. Okay? A key stat for me when I was looking at Grinch's past Washington State teams that were really good, that 2017 squad that he coached gave up 11 passing touchdowns. 11. That's fewer than 1 a game. What if Oklahoma gave up 11 passing touchdowns in the Big 12? Right? Ain't no more of this getting embarrassed as the defense. Now we're talking about the defense carrying the offense. And what if Alex Grinch could come up with a defense that can match Lincoln Riley's offense? Ain't nobody in the world gonna mess with that defense. Nobody. And Parnell Motley is also your best prize when you're talking about putting together a corner, a specific corner, to be great because he's got size, he's got length, and he's shown the ability to get in between the wide receiver and the football. That's all you got to be able to do. It's not that Trey Brown's not going to develop. It's not that I don't think Buki needs to move from safety back to playing corner. And it's certainly not because I don't think that Trey Norwood or Miguel Edwards or Jaden Davis or Woody Washington, a couple kids coming in, can't play. It's because I think Parnell Motley in 2019 gives you the best opportunity to succeed on the outside. And if you're taking away the Big 12's best wide receivers week in and week out, ain't nobody going to touch you. And you're going to see a lot of this when Oklahoma plays Texas, because if you're looking at the schedule, and I am because I'm a geek like the rest of y'all, you can see Oklahoma shouldn't get tested until Texas. Just shouldn't happen. And the non-con is garbage. South Dakota, UCLA, Houston, I mean, I guess. Derek King's cool, but after watching Army hang 70 on Houston, I'm more looking forward to seeing Dana Holgerson on the sideline than I am seeing Houston Cougars. We'll have to wait and see, and I'm sure my opinion is going to change a little bit about that. And that gets into my housekeeping a little bit later in the show. But just keep an eye on Parnell Motley. Watch that dude throughout the spring. Watch him through the summer. Watch him preseason camp. If he falls off the map, that's going to tell you something too. Okay? It's either going to tell you that it's Grinch just ain't working with him, right? The system, I mean. Not that Grinch isn't working with him, but the system isn't working for him. Or some of these dudes have come along in leaps and bounds, and that's going to be telling as well. Because I don't think you can afford to have a senior corner who has as many starts as Parnell Motley and as much game experience as Parnell Motley not make it onto the field. Then again, we saw Mike Stoops do exactly that with Jordan Thomas, and then Jordan Thomas went to the NFL Combine and blew up the cone drill record. Still don't know how that happened. But keep an eye on Parnell Motley.